No niin, muodostava YouTubessa Hunri täällä jälleen kerran Enderalin ihmeellisessä maailmassa. Tosiaankin viime kerralla vähän... Ja me tehtiin viime kerralla? En edes muista enää. Niin joo, me selviteltiin sitä lääkeyrtti. Että mikä siinä toimituksessa, miksi se maksoi niin paljon. Ja se kaveri oli vaan velkaa. Taktu Magister Ragon, about return of the novice. No minä puhun sitten sillä. Kata mitä se sanoo. Siinä oli hyvä aivastus. Toi oikeastaan. Yes, kyllä. Voitaisiin tänään tehdä tuo Minequestia taas. Saada sitä vähän eteenpäin. Elikkä se on tämä. Missäs meillä Gerardi on? Tuolla.
Well, look who's arrived. Did you have any problems finding your way around? This city can be quite a maze if you don't know it. Right, you're from Ostian. I almost forgot. They're quite fascinating, these places, aren't they? You can climb high, and you can fall just as deep. And every place vibrates with life. Here, put this on. And before you ask, yes, it's necessary. Just trust me.
As second in command, and no one else but Team shall lead this holy city from this day on. His fearless leadership
May your path always be even.
Olkoon tiesi tasaista.
So, about this fever. Usually those gifted with magic have to report their talent to the Order, and then pass a ritual that teaches them how to deal with their magic. The journey to the water is what they call it. Once they've passed that, the fever reduces to an endurable level, and new arcanists have their names registered in some kind of holy book. But there are other ways to get rid of the fever, and I hope my employer can tell you about them.
Nice.
Missä?
Tuli muuten mieltä. Mä oon Muminassa sairas. Mä oon tässä pelissä sairas. Miksi magia aina tekee sairaaksi?
Greetings.
Well. Siinä on yksi iso talo.
Hold it, my sir. No civilians beyond this point without explicit permission. Who are you and what leads you to this holy place?
Business. I'm Jaspar Dalveric, and I work for the Naramese mages.
Ah, right. The mercenary. And who's your companion?
Marijo de Luna from Ostian, esteemed holder of de Luna's Empire of Tender Fragrance, the most prestigious perfumery in all of Vin. Archmagister Marigil sent for him. Didn't he tell you?
The Archmagister. Well, that does sound like him. Fair enough, you may pass. But show this place the respect it deserves, mercenary. You too, Meister de Luna.
You have my word, fair lady. Thank you.
Jönk. Ei oo varkottu, jos on luvallista.
Well, that went better than expected. Hey, it worked, didn't it? That's all that matters. Nobody will suspect someone who's already in the temple. Anyway, I think it's about time I tell you a little bit more about this employer of mine. His name is Constantine Firespark, and he's one of Narathzil Orenthiel's former followers, which the new Grand Master, Tealor Orenthiel, brought here by ship about 2 years ago. That means he's one of the former arch-enemies of the Order. They usually wear green, while the Order wears white or red. That should make it easy for you to tell them apart. Firespark's pretty much the eldest of Narathzil's mages, and quite well versed in magic, at least from what I've heard. Plus, he's a very gentle and likable fellow, which is why even the keepers like having him around. Let's hope he can tell us a thing or two about these visions, and help you get rid of the fever. Come, follow me.
Nice. Miksi musta tuntuu, että tuo viimeinen juttu ei pidä paikkaansa, että ne on pidettäviä ihmisiä? Mulla on semmonen kutina.
All right, here we are. Hang on.
No. That's not how you do it.
Blast it! I'm just being careful. We
Like
have to.
heck we do. Give me that thing, now.
Ouch.
blasted, blistering blazes! That's what you get for working with fumblers. I told you, we
Master
should be
Firespark.
careful. What? Now who the heck are you? Can't an old man have a moment to himself?
You hired me. The Magister, don't you remember?
Oh, right. Joseph the Scrounger. So why are you here? Had any luck?
Just spar. And yeah, we did find something.
Suggest you first of all tell me when I allowed you to drag your drinking mates up here. Do you need me to explain the meaning of the words highly and confidential to you?
I'm sure there's a lot you can explain to me, but let's save that for later. This particular fellow over here needs your help, to be frank. Arcane fever.
Is that so? And what exactly has that got to do with me? Let the Keepers and their holy rituals take care of it. What is it with the costume, anyway?
This man's magic is different, Meister. Just feel his aura and you'll see it. Plus, he's from Naren, just as you are.
Well, all right then, for nostalgia's sake. I really hope you're not wasting my time, though. Working with these religious buffoons is bound to make any rational thinking person go bonkers. Anyway, that chair over there. Take a seat, and I'll have a look at that fever of yours. All right then, this will tickle a little.
Nice.
Yes.
Now, you're right. This aura does feel different. Complex somehow and powerful.
Mä näin kaiken
And
kahtena.
do you really want to tell me you've only recently discovered that talent of yours? With that aura, I'm surprised that you haven't turned into an Obaya by now. Fine. Well, that is, we will help you. But first, tell me everything. How you got that magic, and how you met that scrounger.
Olipa kerran kaukaisessa galaksissa.
I see. Regarding this vision thing, I think that your mind simply played a trick on you there. Not that it's much of a surprise, considering what you've been through. Actually, you were quite lucky that the sudden outburst of your glance didn't blow your head right off.
Was glance.
By all that's holy, I won't start playing your tutor now. If you don't know about the basic functioning of magic, then read something from Balador Goldenstein.
The glance on the sea of eventualities. Alongside, but apart from the reality we're in right now, exist countless other realities, in which some events have different outcomes, so to speak. A version of this very same room, for example, with the very same people in it, only that Meister Firespark's beard is on fire. And what defines an Arcanist, someone capable of magic, is that he or she can see those other realities and let parts of them come true.
Well, look at that, Jasper. You surprised me.
That's what I'm being paid for.
How powerful an Arcanist is depends on 3 factors. How far away are the eventualities that he can see, how well he can bring parts of them into our reality, and finally, how well his mind can handle seeing other realities simultaneously with ours. Lighting a candle is easier than calling a meteor from the sky, to speak plain Inal, but as I said, read Goldenstein if you're interested in the topic. I'm not going to waste any time with lectures. Well, that's probably a sign that you should go easier on the booze. Skill, whether of physical or magical nature, isn't gained through touching some stones, but through hard work and discipline. Even though this screwball Enderalian talk of paths and predeterminations tries to tell us otherwise. Well, if that's what you want to believe, go for it. I, in any case, have never come across such a phenomenon in over 50 years of studying magic. And now we should...
It all begins with the dreams.
What the... Blasted, blistering blazes! Does this room look like the bosom of a whore to you? Or what makes you think you can go around touching anything you get your fingers on? These documents are confidential, for heck's sake. I knew it was a mistake to hire a thug like you. Lashery always had a weakness for...
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember you telling me something about dreams that led you and Tealor Renthiel here.
What?
And you told me that in this vision of yours, the veiled woman said this. It all begins with the dreams.
What? Is that true?
Yes.
Oh. Then this near-death experience you had before you woke up on the shore. Tell me again, what exactly did you see in it? A room? Well, this is strange indeed. Anyway, for now all that matters is that we get that magic of yours under control. Whatever you clairvoyanced back there is of no use to us if you're dead as a doornail in a couple of months. Well, that's usually a plodding process. The fever you feel is a result of your mind not being able to handle all of these possibilities, so to speak. The ritual the Enderalians practice to get the glance under control is called the Journey to the Water. Put frankly, it means 1 year of hour-long meditation, bland food, and abstinence from anything that makes life worth living. In due time, the Arcanist then learns to filter these other realities from ours, and the fever gets less and less. Anyhow, luckily enough, we Neremes know of a way to quicken that process. A shortcut, if you will. I'm not capable of performing it, but another one of us is. Her name is Lashery, and you should seek her out as soon as possible. There is indeed, and this reason is called ignorance. The Order's rituals haven't changed since the Lightborn slipped out of their cradles, and the Keepers do their best to keep anything progressive out of their country. But please, if you're up for a year of austerity and stern-faced magisters scolding you, go for it. I really don't care. She's currently in a ruin called Old Rashengrad, not far from Ark. Just tell her that I sent you. Give me that map of yours. Okay, now you'd have to be a total idiot to miss it. I recommend leaving for the ruin straight away. And you, Joseph, you're going to come with me and show me what your trip to the Sun Coast brought forth. Hopefully, more than a bottle of honey wine and a hangover.
What?
Quite a character, isn't he? But I like him somehow. Here, I owe you this for your help back in Riverville. And in case you're in the mood for a mug of ale and a good chat, just drop by the Dancing Nomad in the Stranger's Quarter. I'll get myself a room there for the time being. With all that said, good luck mastering your magic, my friend. I'll see you around.
Nice.
Huh?
Sellaista. Mennään vaikka kuitenkin Gerardin tai Jesparin sinne Dancing Nomadin vielä.
Huh?
Hetkinen, mä tuossa just puhua sulle. Täällä sellaista kiitää. On joku 12 tuntia käs kerännyt pois sieltä. 5 Batman.
Well, take care. Hey, you came. Come on, take a seat. So, tell me, how are you holding up? It must have been quite the whirlwind. Yesterday, a refugee from another country, and now a prodigy with a magic great enough to impress old Bushybeard. Good luck with that. I'm quite curious to see how things keep on with you. You're different. I noticed that the time we met. Anyhow, tell me, what do you make of this country now that you've had some time to look around? I figure it must be quite the change from Nerem. shoot. Yeah, I can picture that. You know, this is exactly the reason why I love inns so much. The sky can rain fire out there. In here, you'll always meet laughter and good humor. Not to mention all the good-looking men and women. Absolutely. Though I think I've seen enough of this place by now.
Ruokainen naisi.
Of Enderal, I mean. There's a ship sailing for Calais next morning, and as it seems, it will be the last one for quite some time to come. Who knows? Maybe they still have a cabin to spare for a handsome treasure hunter. Oh well. This entire thing was more a coincidence than planned anyhow. The order needed someone with skill and discretion. I was around. End of story. I never intended to stick around for much longer. Heck, me as an ambassador of the Holy Order, could you imagine that? Not one step further, O fair maiden. Drop your garment so we may both bathe in Malthus's holy light. Actually not that bad, don't you think? Oh, you're too kind. But you know, at the end of the day, I guess I'd probably lack both the pathos and the idealism for such a profession. You know, I'm aware of how these esteemed keepers up there talk about sellswords like me. I could save 30 virgins from a Myrmidon rampage. At the end of the day, they'd always say I did it for the money, because I wanted to bed the women, or whatever. I'm driven by inferior motives, while no matter what their actions end in, they are good guys, because they do things for the right reasons. If only they'd understand that it's results that matter, not intentions. What does the wise hermit say? Nothing is of less importance to the saved than the reason for their rescue. The only difference between a mercenary like me and a holy warden is that I'm at least aware of the fact that I do what I do for myself, and no one else. I'm trying to say that all those heroes and self-declared messiahs are no better than everyone else. In the end, we are all selfish, because we always act in accordance to what we think we have to be like. So yes, maybe the keeper saves the farmer from the bandits. But at the end of the day, he does it because he sees himself in a certain light. You know, the funny thing is that a lot of times, it's especially those who think of themselves driven by a higher purpose who are the really dangerous ones. They don't understand what drives them, and that makes them easy to manipulate. The only thing left to do for the capable hate-monger or tyrant is to somehow combine his own ambitions with the mental image of this person. And presto, you've got your perfect puppet, only waiting to dive into the next hail of arrows for their honor, their religion, or whatever they thought of this time. It's just so idiotic, you know? The world would be a much better place if everyone could just acknowledge that the only reason we're here is that we want to be happy.
Onko tämä elämän tarkoitus?
Seek bliss and avoid pain, as the wise hermit likes to say. And believe me, once you realize that that's how people just work, life is a lot better. Oh, yeah, I do. And this goal is called surviving. And if possible, to be able to enjoy a good glass of wine or an exciting night from time to time. I don't know. And hey, I'd be the last one to reject this great truth if she were to knock on my door, naked and tits jiggling. But until then, I'd rather try and find my own answers.
Asia selvä.
Really? I was half expecting you to throw insults at me. That's what people usually do when I tell them that. But I guess life is full of surprises. Anyway, I'll take my leave now. I very much enjoyed our talk, but the ship to Calais leaves before the first cocks crow tomorrow, and I want some more time to think about it. Keep your chin up.
Where did I put that?
Jes, sitten sinne raunioille. Moikkaa sitä kaveri, joka voi opastaa meitä meidän magian käytössä. Mitä sun kaulalla on tapahtunut? It looks weird. Ja sen päässä on sauma. Okei. Onks tää myrätaveri? Ei, tää vaan patstaveri. Kato sinne karttanäyttö. Eli tätä tietä seurataan, niin löydetään sinne. Ok. Ja ensimmäiset haarasta vasemmalla. Richin Cow. Nice. Tuolla saarella jotakin. Mä haistan sen. Joink. Ahaa. Hyvin haistettu. Hevosenkin kävasara. Nice, mun lempparit. Mitäs täällä on? Cliff Tower. Jälleen kerran chest. Oho, nice. Jokaista poti on niin yksi. Mitä muuta? Mennään katsomaan mitä ylhäältä löytyy. Moro vaan.
Look at that. A lonesome traveler. Some folks just never learn.
Tää on just semmonen. Tuotetaan aikaa toisille sitten. Hetkinen. Pitääkö mun tehdä jotakin? Not the bees. Täältä myrättävri. Jeluu. Okei, se on tuolla sisällä, mutta mitäs täällä? Täällä on varmaan sitten reitti, mistä me tullaan ylös. Joo, täältä tullaan sitten ylös. Nice, ja we're back.
Shit! Get away from there! Now!
Moro.
By the prophet's ass! 1 second later and I would have been scraping your remains off the floor. What
Nice.
blazes are you doing here anyway? Let's put it this way. I know how to hide when I don't want to be seen. And concerning the explosion, you stepped right into a Kyranian dust crystal. Get a little too close and wait a little too long, and you'll have your ass blown around your ears by an explosion that would put any cannon to shame. Lashiri? Oh my. The fellow really isn't one for names, is he? I'm Lashari, but never mind that. At least it proves you're not lying. Anyhow, I hope you're not the backup I asked for. I was hoping for someone more, impressive. No offense. Is that so? Indeed. You have some uncontrolled magic inside you. And quite a lot of uncontrolled magic. Not bad. I've never felt anything like this before. Very well. If Constantine insists, I will perform the ritual on you. But it'll have to wait, since I'm up to my neck in this shit, as you've probably noticed. Short version or long version? Which do you prefer?
Long.
Fine. I suppose you already know that that is me, my assistant, 2 arcanists, and 4 keepers are here to do research on, well, on something, which is exactly what we've done these past weeks. But as I went upstairs to get something a couple hours ago, I suddenly heard screaming and the clanging of metal coming from downstairs. As I looked for cover, I saw these 2 shapes in red robes vanishing into the lower parts of the ruin. I have no idea who they are or why they're here, but to me, they look like mercenaries. Anyway, fact is, my esteemed Enderalian colleagues and my assistant are still down there, together with our research, and I want them back. And before you ask, yes, you can help me. You'll have to, actually, if you want me to tame your magic. I wouldn't have a chance fighting the mercenaries by myself, but the 2 of us might be able to do it, provided you can defend yourself, which I'm quite sure you can. What do you say? Are you ready? Oh, that's hard to explain. But part of it is finding the answer to the universal question. Why do some people have the nerve to ask irrelevant questions when shit is going down around them? After we've cleaned up the mess, we can do this whole, who are you and what are you doing here thing if you want to. But this really isn't the time. Fine, then follow me. And keep your weapons ready. I think I just heard footsteps down there.
Nice. Tulipallo koura ja menoksi.
Shit, you were right. Get them.
Just try. Damn you!
Cool spells.
No. No. Oh, shit.
Hetkinen, ne on raita-armoreita. Taas tossa setti kuitenkin mukaan, ne on ihan siistin näköisiä. Siistin näköisiä armoreita.
Big. Hang on. What's this? I don't believe it. They're orders. My assistant, Sev. It seems he's the reason these fuckers managed to take us by surprise. Save it for Sev when I shove this staff up his ass and fire a thunderbolt.
Sitä kirjoitus on hyvä tässä välillä. Tää on hyvä, kun tää on modi, niin tänne ei tarvitse niinku olla niin tarkkaa tässä kirjoituksessa. Se voi oikeesti olla vähän tämmöstä vapaampaa.
Shit, can you smell that? That's fire. So, these guys really are trying to destroy... We have to do something. You're adept at magic, right? Take this spell. If I'm right, the mercenaries are trying to destroy the stone fragments, and we have to stop them. You take the lower part of the ruin. Try to save as many... I'll take the upper part. And when it's all done... Oh. And one more thing. If you should find my assistant Sev down there, try to take him alive and bring him to me. I want to take care of him myself. Okay? Then let's get going.
Nice.
Flank him!
Aha. Au. Lyödä jo oikeesti.
Fucking piece of shit! Burn it, I swear! Oh, Malthus, be praised! Hey, over here! Help me! Damn, that was close. Those bastards just left me down here to die. Can you believe it? Despite everything I did. Oh, forgive me.
Nice.
Prophet's ass. Someone's out there.
Siitä se. Kärvennetään ja sitten vaan tamtaan tää tuli. Näköjään se pitää vaan kastaa tulee nopeasti toi. Aha. Se oli se liideri. Damn. Se kuoli. Nice. Nyt vaan. Tuohon kastataan tuo. Ja tuonnekin. Kastataan tuo. Nice. Saved. Sitten nopea tämmönen loot-kierros täällä. Defense rope. Find steel shield. Nice, eikä tää oo tarpeeksi loottaamista. Minä juttelen sille tädille. Että help me control my feelings. Eikö siis mages?
Well, I'll be damned. That's what I call good timing. I take it you were successful? What about the fragments? Did you save them? All of them? Call me a pregnant Lyran. You really are good at what you do. You won't regret it, I swear. What about Sev? Did you find him? Fuck. That little shit. I was hoping I could make him tell us who's behind all this. Well, whatever. No use crying over spilt milk, I guess. What's your name, anyway? Amidst all this, we didn't have time for formalities. You're pleased? Well, that's good to hear. I actually had the feeling that I was a little rough on you. Sorry for that, really. Sometimes I just have a short fuse. Anyway, let's talk about the reason you're here. For starters, tell me how you managed to get the old ranter to trust you. That doesn't happen very often. I've got time. Uh-huh. So, you're saying that you learned all this, the magic, the swordplay, in such a short time? That's fascinating, to say the least. And these visions, if I understand correctly, you foresaw the death of the two apothecary? It does indeed. But hey, who am I to judge? Here you are, the mysterious stranger who appeared out of thin air and, without much fuss, took out an entire group of sellswords. And even better, now you tell me that these skills come from studying magic for only a couple of weeks, and that you can see the future. You certainly are full of shit. Not you, sorry. I mean, I just had a strange thought. But no, that would be crazy. Way too unlikely. Well, I'd like to speak freely, but I'm bound to my agreement with the Holy Order. However, I will tell Constantine and old Aranthiel about my theory. And you will probably have to be patient until the latter decides to put you in the picture. Sorry. But if my idea is correct, then we'll be in a position to really kick ass. Anyway, hold still for a moment. Ready? All right, let's do this. Don't worry, it'll just tickle a bit.
Yikes.
Are you all right? That wasn't on purpose. Really. Oh my, you really do look terrible. I will make this right, I promise. I have no idea what just happened. The ritual isn't exactly harmless, but normally you shouldn't feel more than a weak tickle at most, regardless of how it goes down. But, maybe this has something to do with the strangeness of your aura. I already said this, but it's so different. It's hard to explain. Somehow complex and cold, maybe. But hey, I'm probably just out of practice. It worked, and that's what matters. Your fever will now settle down to an endurable level, and maybe even vanish if you're careful. And now I suggest you return to Constantine. I will get the stones to safety in the meantime. You need anything else? If not, see you later. We're going to meet again. I can feel it. Well, put simply, they're supposed to protect us. But old Oranthiel will tell you more about it later. Take care.
Ouch. Mun nenä. Välipala-aika. Ja juu, eiköhän tässä sitten ollut taas tarpeeksi materiaalia yhteen videoon. Minä lopettelen tämän videon ja palaan arkkeedia. Katsoin sitä kuvan toisen videon tänä iltana. Ja palataan sitten seuraavalla kerralla Enderalin ihmeelliseen maailmaan. Se on moro.